Ricky Cross. Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another requested reaction to another group that we got introduced to through Road to Kingdom, so we're really excited to finally see more of their content. We will be reacting to ONEUS, Valkyrie, and a song written easily.
The reason why we put these two together is because they were requested together, and that's literally the only reason why. Although we got to know them more through Road to Kingdom, after that we haven't watched anything ONEUS related because we knew that we had these requests. So sorry if we might get members' names wrong sometimes.
Although we will admit to the fact that we've watched a couple of their crack compilations,
Oh,
and they keep us pretty entertained.
I think the two most important facts we have learned about ONEUS that have stuck with us are Hwanwoong can basically get any man that he wants.
Yeah.
Yido looks really scary, but he loves kids.
It's so cute, his elementary education degree.
So
we're excited to watch their songs now that we finally can.
They're in a box. I've heard part of this song before. I know that goes like Valkyrie, Valkyrie, Valkyrie.
It sounds kind of familiar, so I might have heard it. I really like that shot in the box as it pulls out.
I don't know who was singing first, but it was a really smooth start.
See, I thought I know him. That's Raven.
I was gonna say Raven is the other rapper, right? I know Kani. I know Kani. Please light me up as the light shines on his face. This is I know this. I know. Yes.
Oh my
I knew
gosh.
this.
Wait, I really like that footwork.
This is what I know.
That deep voice.
I know, I can tell. Oh, I like that. That colorful light fixture thing just reminds me of the art museum by school.
Oh yeah. I like that Raven, they've got it looks like feathers.
Aww. I really like the line that started in the beginning of this. I really like this.
Yeah.
When it pulls back and you only hear the do 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 in the background. To be honest, I really like this song so far.
No, I really like it. I'm vibing along. I think that's why I'm not saying a lot, because
Oh, what? What?
I was not expecting that. I love Hwanwoong.
I know you do. Oh, how did I just notice the black and white contrast? Sorry. What?
You were too focused on the
Wow.
Matrix.
Who is that? Who did that?
Do they do that in their real dance?
I want to know. Or is it just for the music video?
Guess what I'm watching after we watch the music video?
It's really catchy.
Oh wait, a Valkyrie's a bird, right?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of
I think
Thor.
it is because their dances.
I'm just thinking
They're
of
doing
Thor.
the
Ragnarok.
But they're doing the
Oh, they have
arm
wings.
movement.
잠깐만.
I think it's a bird.
Ah.
Watch me be totally wrong.
What is the chair for? What?
Another
Wow.
glitch in the Matrix?
Is it? Literally
I'm
just as you
joking,
said
okay.
that.
Jingu.
LOL, Raven is the one that has black feathers around him, like a
Yeah.
raven. Haha. I'm sorry.
Okay, so first, I really liked that song. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I literally already added it to my playlist while we were taking our break to, like, come up with what we were gonna say. And so just a couple of things I wanted to say. One, a Valkyrie is not a bird, which I said. I was like, isn't it a bird? But it does have wings, because I looked it up. I was like, I know it flies. So it's like Norse mythology, and it's kind of like an angel, and they fly over the battlefield, and they, like, decide who lives and who dies. And I thought that was kind of cool, because it's like they're finding their, like, paradise in the song, and, like, searching for the one to, like, light up and everything. So, that was
So
really
me
cool.
talking
Also,
about Thor makes sense, is what you're saying.
yes, you talking about Thor makes sense.
Cool.
And then also, I just like the play on words. I was really proud of myself for figuring that out. I was like, Anna, it's a play on words. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, never mind. But then that also made a lot of the choreography make sense, because a lot of their choreography, they're like emulating that like wing sort of movement. Even if they're not doing like Swan Lake wing arms, they're imitating it through the way they're moving or the way they're opening. So that was really cool. And then two things about the dance that I just want to like gush over. The first thing, the footwork. And I guess it would be the pre-chorus. I am a sucker for good footwork, because one of the things that you're actually taught in dance is if you're ever like making a mistake, or if you ever forget choreography, smile and be really big up here, because no one will look at your feet and no one will know that you're wrong. So I always watch people's feet. Literally, whenever I'm watching dance, I'm watching what their feet are doing to see like if it's right and everything. So when there's good footwork and it's not just like stepping, oh, I am a sucker for it. It's so good. And then the other thing, the Matrix moment where we were both like, whoa! So it actually is in the dance, Anna. But they do it differently in the dance. It's assisted. So Raven's the one that I'm pretty sure it's Raven. Raven's the one that bends back and someone holds his leg and then he like arches over someone, but the angle of it is also hidden kind of by Hwanung. And so it looks like he's doing it. And I was like, oh, that's actually really smart, because it still gives the illusion of that really cool moment without risking injury or like, oh, what if it doesn't work this time on stage because I lose my balance or something like that. But yeah, that was a really cool moment too. I just really liked the song and the dance. And it's Anna's turn now.
Just getting it out of the way, I also really liked the song. And before I point out like specific parts about the song that I really liked or thought were interesting, I just wanted to start off by saying like, I like the song, but the format of it is also very formulaic, which I think is smart. I'm not saying that it makes a bad song. The formula that it follows makes it appealing to the general public, which is necessary for a boy group debut. If their debut isn't well received, then they won't survive in the industry. So now that that's out of the way, I really like the beginning of the song, because it just starts out very slow. And not slow, like kind of boring, but it's like, oh, I'm anticipating what's gonna happen, because it just has that guitar line, and the guitar line is underlying throughout the entire song. And like, even when it's not the exact same line, there's still a similar line playing, like the same notes, just with a different rhythm. So it's like, that theme is still there. Do you know the name of the person who sings first? It says that it's Idol. What? I thought Idol was a rapper.
Do you know what I was gonna say though? I remember one of our comments from the Road to Kingdom video was about how ONEUS, all of the singers rap and all of the rappers sing.
Because I was gonna say, like, the person who sang first was my favorite, because it was like so smooth. But he's the rapper. It's interesting to find out that Idol was the one who started the song, because I had another comment where the beginning of the second verse felt kind of more like smooth again and sort of dreamlike. I said it felt slightly 80s. Obviously, it doesn't sound like the song I'm about to say, but you know I Feel You by Wonder Girls?
Mm-hmm.
It has those like sort of dreamlike percussive elements and like the ding, ding, like those ding, high-pitched tingy sounds, and then it like reverberates. It used more of those compared to the rest of like the really intense, aggressive percussive sounds that are happening in the chorus. And I really liked that part, because it was like a little bit of a break, because there's still a lot of going on, but it just felt like a little less aggressive compared to the chorus. And that part was Idol's part too. So, like, as a whole, I really liked this song, but I think the chorus was a little overwhelming for me, which is why I like the smoother, quieter parts of the song. Even though it was kind of repetitive, it still stayed interesting because they played with that dynamic contrast a lot. Because it would pull back for the pre-chorus and then come back in for the chorus, and the verses would be a little bit different. I think that's it. Okay.
Next. And now for the next video, their most recent song, a song written easily.
What is the Korean title?
쉽게 쓰여진 노래.
Ah, makes sense. Let's go!
Just from, like, the vibe and the title, I already think this is probably gonna be more like...
Your style, angsty, brooding.
I'm ready for it.
Oh my gosh, clutching the fence. Staring longingly into the distance. Oh my god, the piano. The piano chords to start the song. It is.
This is my angsty music.
Watch the chorus, like, completely turn around. And it's like upbeat.
Well, now they're at the beach, so...
What? Oh, the song is about missing an ex.
Yep. All of them sound like my story.
This came out in March.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting, like, music video concept for a song that came out in March.
That's what I was just thinking too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, like, beach and outdoors where it's like bright blue sky is very much more like summery.
I really like Soho's voice.
There's like a flute that's double layering the melodic line. That's interesting.
I know that ONEUS is the shortest member, but he's got so much presence that you really don't notice it.
Oh no!
Oh.
I feel like I'm like really quiet right now.
I'm just like, I'm just sitting here smiling as I vibe.
Even though it's a breakup song.
Yeah. Because I really like it. Sorry, I can make myself serious. Oh,
that's really interesting to me. That in the pre-chorus, this is the pre-chorus, and they keep having this instrument playing, like doubling the melodic line.
I love his voice.
I know you do.
Here's your smooth.
하지 마세요. 그런 말 하지 마세요. That was interesting. The way that he said 노래 at the high note was interesting.
Tell me later.
Huh?
Tell me about it later.
Okay. Why are they all like slightly smiling?
Maybe it's like, oh, we've written these lyrics down, it's like cathartic. Like, I was thinking about you, it was so easy to like write.
Oh, now they're back in the city.
Boys.
Was that ring supposed to be a couple ring? I saw the telephone booth and just thought of Harry Potter, I'm sorry.
too, though. I will say again, I also really like this song. Their songs are very my style. Also, the lyrics were very relatable. And I saw that they had contributed to writing the lyrics. That's really cool too, because it makes it feel more authentic and more personable. Choreography-wise, I did watch the choreography performance video and the dance practice, but I'm going to try to keep my comments more to what's in the music video, since that's what we reacted to. I'll just say it was a really interesting choice of choreography to go with the meaning of the song. And what I mean by that is, I think the meaning of the song is kind of looking back on a breakup and like talking to an ex about all of like your feelings that you still have and things like that. But the dance is very light, like they're very almost free. And I think the more I was reading the lyrics, the more I'm starting to think the reason for that choice is because, one, it seems like they're kind of writing it, it's not right after the breakup, it's like a little bit after. And so they're starting to kind of look back rather than being sad about the breakup. It's more about remembering like being in love and all of like the feelings that they had. And so it's a bit of a like lighter feeling, but also kind of like we were saying in the reaction, it's one of those things where like, oh, I was writing the lyrics down, it was so easy to like get them out, it's like cathartic. And so that even though the feelings aren't gone, they're not weighing you down as much because the song has expressed it for you. And so that kind of made sense to me. But at first I was like, this is so interesting because it's very light and they do a lot of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just brighter than I thought it would be, but I still liked it. One thing I've also noticed about ONEUS is obviously like when they dance together, but they all dance with a lot of individuality. When I think of like synchronization, it's like infinite, right? Where like every angle is the same and then there's dancing together. And ONEUS I feel like falls into the category of idol groups that dance together. Like EXO would be another example of groups that dance together but dance with a lot of individuality. But it's not a bad thing, it's just a really interesting choice, and it works because there's not a lot of members in the group, so they can express that individuality more. Because if you have a group that has 10 plus members and you start showing a lot of individuality through your dancing, it starts to look a little messy, but for them it looks good because they have a little bit more freedom to move, especially in a song like this where they're expressing their feelings and they did contribute to the songwriting. I think it's a really good choice. And then also, they have a lot of musicality. There's a difference between being told, hit the movement on 1 and 2, and then actually feeling like, here's how the music is playing. And they really are expressing the music through their emotions, and so that was really nice to see as well. But yeah, overall I really liked it. This one's already added to my playlist too. Anna's turn.
I like the song too, but like I said in the reaction, I'm very confused as to why this was released in March when it sounds like a summer song. Like, not just the music video, but also the music itself sounds like a summer song. What is it, like it's a tropical house. That is the genre of this music is. It was so clearly this style because of like the instruments that they were using, like the whistle sound in the beginning. I don't think it was the person actually whistling it. It sounds like I don't know, the first instrument that came to my head was like an ocarina or like maybe a pan flute. I don't know, but pan flutes are really common in like tropical house. And then also you could hear it throughout the entire song, they're using like steel drums, which is really common. You usually hear that a lot more in the summer. Like how you were saying, when you think about the lyrics, it doesn't really match up with the dance. When I think about it, like the lyrics don't really match up with the song either. It felt like they added elements to the song, like vocal elements to the song, that I was like, oh, this doesn't really suit the meaning of the song. Most of the stuff wasn't like that, but there are a couple of things. Like the one thing that really sticks out in my mind is like the end of the pre-chorus leading into the chorus, they do like a bra. Instead, I wish that they had included more of the background vocals, because there's this one time where it happens. I think it's Connie's voice that's doing it, I'm not really sure. I think it's in the second verse, and there was like an O that was sung, and I was like, oh, that was really nice. I mentioned in the reaction, and you said that I should tell you later, when the high note, it's on the word nore, so like song. The reason why I said it was interesting, because normally you just say the word like nore, so le. But then the way that he did the le was re. So he like rolled his R. Like not a lot. I'm like being excessive to give an example. And I realized the note comes out more easily when you do the re. Because when you do nore, it's kind of like tightens up. And the placement of your tongue blocks off airflow and like noise from coming out. But when you roll your R's like re, it opens up. So the air is flowing out more easily, like your breath is moving forward. And you need a lot of breath for a high note. So yeah, I think that's it for my comments. TLDR, for me, I'm like pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed these songs. And out of the two, I prefer their debut song more, I think. Peyton?
I also really liked the songs. I feel a little relieved because watching all of the groups we were introduced to on Road to Kingdom, I like desperately want to like all of their stuff since I like them all from Road to Kingdom. So I'm really glad that I liked the songs, and I think for me, I liked A Song Written Easily better. So that being said, if you liked this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!
Bye.